Am I the a-hole for pouring wine all over the bride? So, this literally happened yesterday, and I'm still processing everything. I, 24F, have an older brother, 27M, who just got married to his now wife, 26F. They've been together for 6 years, and engaged for the last 2. When I first found out he was planning to propose, I was genuinely over the moon. His girlfriend at the time was so sweet, easy to talk to, and seemed to fit right in with our family. She and I actually had a really good relationship before the engagement. I'd visit their apartment at least once a month just to hang out or have dinner with them, and she never seemed to mind. She would laugh, chat, and even sometimes invite me over herself. I honestly thought of her as the sister I never had. But everything changed once the ring was on her finger. It was like she flipped a switch. Suddenly, the warm and welcoming person I used to know became distant, cold, passive-aggressive in ways that were hard to call out without sounding paranoid. The first major incident happened when I went over for dinner, like I usually did. I had let my brother know I was coming, like always, but when I knocked on the door, she barely greeted me. No smile, no hey, come on in, just a quick nod before disappearing into the kitchen. I followed and offered to help with dinner, but she brushed me off, saying she had it covered. My brother got home a little later and we all sat down to eat, or at least they did. When I looked at the table, I realized I didn't have a plate. It stung. I just sat quietly for a second, then got up, grabbed a plate for myself, and sat back down. That's when she said with this overly sweet tone, "Oh, I didn't make anything for you, because I didn't know you were coming." I didn't make a scene. I just said it was fine, and made myself some ramen. But I could hear my brother quietly telling her that he had in fact told her I was coming. She just brushed it off like it slipped her mind. It was so subtle, but I walked away feeling like she was deliberately trying to send a message. From then on, the hostility only grew. I found out later that she didn't even want me invited to her bachelorette party. My brother had to push her into it, and from the way people treated me there, it was obvious she hadn't wanted me there. Then I found out she also didn't want me invited to the wedding itself, which led to a massive fight between her and my brother. Honestly, that should have told me everything I needed to know, but I guess I didn't want to believe she hated me that much. Fast forward to the actual wedding day. I showed up wanting to support my brother, to be happy for him, and to maybe smooth things over. But the bride wouldn't even look at me. When I tried to greet her or take a quick picture, she'd turn the other way or suddenly need to go somewhere else. I kept thinking, what did I do wrong? I had no clue why she despised me so much. Then came the moment that changed everything. After the ceremony, before the reception, I went to the bathroom. While I was in there, I heard the bride and her mother walk in. At first, I stayed quiet, but then I realized they were talking about me. And not just talking, they were tearing me apart. They called me disgusting. Said I was obsessed with my brother in some romantic way, like I wanted to steal him away from her. They called me pathetic, creepy, all sorts of nasty names. I froze. I couldn't even confront them because, well, I was literally mid-poop. By the time I pulled myself together and came out, they were gone. At first, I was just shocked. But the more I replayed their words in my head, the angrier I got. They weren't just petty comments. Those were vile accusations. They were questioning my character and implying something disturbing about me and my own brother. That cut deeper than anything else she'd done. So, I snapped. I grabbed a glass of red wine, marched right up to her at the reception, and without saying a word, I poured it all over her pristine $8,000 wedding dress. Then I turned and walked out. When I got home, I shut my phone off and crashed into bed. I didn't want to think, talk, or deal with anyone. This morning, I turned my phone back on to find it blowing up with messages. Some from my family, some from hers, all of them furious. I was told I ruined her special day, that I humiliated her, and that I need to apologize. Her family is calling me crazy. Even some of my own relatives think I lost it. I didn't want to reply to everyone individually, so I made a group chat and explained what happened, that I overheard her and her mom in the bathroom calling me disgusting and accusing me of being in love with my brother. Her response? That never happened. You have no proof. Now I'm left here wondering, did I go too far? On one hand, I feel justified. I was hurt beyond words by what I heard, and I reacted in the moment. On the other, I know weddings are supposed to be sacred, once-in-a-lifetime events, and I did ruin hers. So, am I the a-hole for pouring wine all over the bride?